Hey everybody, I'm David. This is Riding Secure. I'm on my trip and I'm actually stuck in Sturgeon Falls, Ontario for a couple of days. Had a few incidents happen and just wanted to kind of share because I had some thoughts on those. So I had 3 different incidents happen. I was in Sault Ste. Marie yesterday, and the night before it was really windy, and my tent, I went to zip it and the threads holding the zipper together came loose and the zipper just parted. So there's one incident. Another incident that happened was while I was trying to repair my tent, the wind blew my chair into my fire. Luckily, it didn't completely catch fire, it just melted it. So the Nemo Moonlight chair, I can still sit in it, and a portion of it's burned off. So as you can kind of see here, it's got a hole where it burned, and I can still sit in it, which is pretty nice. And then this morning I woke up and I had 12 psi in my tire. So, third incident. So obviously the bad luck weekend. So let's talk about a few things. First, the chair. There are some incidents that happen, the damage is done, and that's all you can do. If it's easier to recover from it without repairing or addressing it, sometimes you accept that. So what I'm accepting from a risk perspective is I'm accepting that maybe one day I may fall out of this chair and it may completely rip apart and I'll be without a chair until I can get a new one. I'm willing to take that risk. And that is kind of risk acceptance. Then we can kind of partially patch something. So we can patch something like my tent, which is what I did, is that night I took tape, and I have the Nemo Hornet 2P Plus. On the outside, whatever they put on the outside, you cannot stick tape to it. It does not stick, it does not work. So I had some clear packing tape. I taped it from the inside going across, and was able to keep it closed enough so that the wind didn't get in and I wasn't too cold. I have a nice sleeping bag, so that was good. And then finally, I was able today to get out, lay it out, and tape it up vertical and a couple across so I can use my tent later. Now, eventually, yes, I am going to go to the REI, which I got it from, and I will be taking it to get it replaced, get it fixed or replaced. So, because it's definitely a craftsmanship thing. It's an awesome tent. It's just one of those things that happens. And then finally for the tire, and that's the hard one, because I can patch something, I can accept the risk of something, but when things are so dangerous, I can't accept the risk of a flat tire on a motorcycle going down the highway. Even if I could pump it up, I'm not going to ride it out. So I called I'm a member of the Harley Davidson owners group, and they have a roadside assistance thing. I've called it twice now and not very good results. They're not going to be able to do it till Monday, well, Sunday, but Harley Davidson dealership's not open until Monday. And that made me stay here in Sturgeon Falls for an extra 2 days, which isn't that bad. It's got a nice lake, fountain, and I'm almost tempted to rent a boat. So in doing all this, what it really comes down to is that I can't accept that risk, and so I'm using the time to do something else. I'm recuperating from a couple days of really long rides, 8+ hour rides, and using this opportunity to rest, relax, catch up on a few things. One of these is putting out this blog and video. But the thing that I didn't do was panic. And whether it's in my job in cybersecurity, or whether it's me riding a motorcycle, or just any time in your life, when you have a problem happen or an incident occur, you can't panic. All you can hope for is that your preparation has prepared you, and in my case, in 2 of my situations, my preparation did prepare me, because I have a tire warranty. So since it's roadside damage, my tire's free. Since I have the Harley's Owner Group membership, I have the towing, which will be free. So yeah, it has cost me a couple extra days, but they're not wasted days, they're good days. There is cost to everything. But in one instance, I wasn't prepared. And I saw the risk of a flat tire, and I had all those things prepared before I went on my trip. I didn't have tape until after Sturgis. I had to pack a box to send home because I bought too many souvenirs. And I had to buy that tape. Now, luckily I had that tape. Was that preparation? Not purposefully, but it was. I had something there to help out. Now, I had a first aid kit, I dealt the tape, and that would have worked. But in the situation for the chair, I don't have a backup for it. But in each of those things, when you look at importance, I ranked my preparation and my importance of those items. I can't take the trip without a motorcycle. I can do a trip with a busted tent. It might not be as good, or might not be able to do as much camping as I want, but I mean, it's pretty nice out in the next couple of days, and I'm heading down to Niagara, I guess now, Monday, afterwards, and it really does help, right? And then third, for the chair, if the chair busts, thank goodness all the KOAs I stay at, and anywhere else I'm gonna stay at, they have picnic tables, chairs, benches, all kinds of things. So I'm not worried about that. Something I don't really have to be prepared for. That doesn't mean I'm not going to use my chair. Well, I've got a pile of firewood over there and a little metal fire ring to put my firewood in. So yeah, I'm going to go sit out and sit by the fire tonight. But I think that's everything you should take away from these experiences, is that I never panicked in either one of those. No matter how prepared or unprepared I was for something, I'm not panicking. When I'm on the motorcycle and something happens, I was riding down, and I wish I had my time lapse on. I wish I'd had it as I was leaving Sault Ste. Marie. A mother deer and 2 baby deer behind it just passed right in front of me, and I hit those brakes as hard as I could. Thanks for linked and ABS braking. I don't know if I would have been able to stop. I stopped maybe about 5 feet away from hitting one of those baby deer, and I'm so glad I missed it. But I didn't panic. I saw it, I engaged, and I moved forward. And there's lots of experience that I have in riding that taught me that. And if you're not panicking, and you're not overreacting, you have a chance. And I think that's the same everywhere. So if you go back to your job and you're thinking about, well, what if something happens? What if an incident happens? What if my computer doesn't turn on? Or what if there's an outbreak of ransomware? Or what if there is some finding that we have to fix? Don't panic. Go to what you have prepared. And then if you have preparations, execute. If you don't have preparations, figure out the best way to move forward. However, this is also a good chance for me to remind everyone, you definitely can prepare for those kind of instances. So think about those things that are likely to happen, not that likely to happen, like a tire damage. It's not likely to happen, but it's very catastrophic when it does. So I have that prepared because it's a high cost if that risk occurs, even though the risk is low. Now, something high risk happening, but it's a low cost, like my chair breaking, well, I was prepared by, places I go have chairs. For the tent, that was kind of a medium risk. I kind of almost expected something to go wrong with my tent, not the rain fly, but hey, it's what you got. So I was kind of prepared for that in a way I wasn't expecting. I had a repair to patch it up, and that was good enough. And if I didn't, I'd had to figure something else out. But the thing I could not have done was panic. And if I'm not panicking, then at least I have a clearer mind and I'm bringing my best self to the problem. I'm looking at the GoPro and it says I've been talking for 11 minutes and 12 seconds. It may be shorter because I edited out some of the other stuff, but I think it's probably about time to wrap up this video. If you want to see the patch job on the tent, you've already seen the big old hole in the chair. Well, that's not a good angle. That's a good angle. That's a good angle. But, or the 12 PSI tire. Throw it down in the comments. Hit a like. If you're on YouTube, hit a subscribe. And if you're on LinkedIn, follow. But I do look forward to getting back home eventually. It's still not until, right around Labor Day. But I have couple thousand miles to go, and I'm looking forward to them, and I'm taking this opportunity to get a nice rest and relaxation. Have a nice little river out here, pond, and nice water sounds going, so I'll be fine. And I think that's the important part. The last thing I would say is I'm still raising money for the Food Bank of Northern Eastern Carolina. And I would appreciate if it's possible, there's a link either in the YouTube video or in the LinkedIn post or on the website where you can donate if you're able. It's very important to me that we fight hunger, and this is one of the ways I can give back, or at least bring attention, and you can help me give back. I really appreciate all those who have donated. I've raised over $1,200 so far, which is excellent, and I couldn't have done it without the help of the people out there, so thank you all who have donated. So I think that's about a wrap. Until next time, I'm David. This is Riding Secure. Ride safe.